In my hands, I'm holding the brand new Hoyt Alpha AX-3 33. This bow is incredible. We're gonna talk about absolutely everything there is to talk about in this video with this bow, including the brand new Hoyt XTS exact tuning system within the limb pockets. The Hoyt engineers every single year seem to come out with the next best thing, and it blows my mind that they're able to do this each and every year, but they've done it again. So we're gonna talk about that, as well as my setup, the color that I went with, the limbs that I went with, the whole setup in general. We're gonna build this bow today. It's gonna be a great day. If you are watching this video the day that I released it, it is also Hoyt launch day. So you can go to your local dealer right now, check out these bows for yourself, as well as all the other bows in the Hoyt lineup for 2026. We're gonna jump right into this video, give you a full aesthetic look of the bow itself, the brand new color for 2026, what I have set up, why I have it set up the way that I do, and then we're gonna put it on the bow press and we're gonna build and tune this bow. So be sure and watch this whole video. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you haven't already, or you're new here, be sure and subscribe to the channel. We cover all things tips and tricks, archery, bow hunting related, everything in between. That is what we do here full time. As I touched on earlier, for the new 26 models is the XTS exact tuning system within the limb pocket. On the top of the limb pocket, you've got 2 screws, and on the bottom limb pocket, you've got 2 screws. Those are your lockdown screws. Those are what's gonna be on the top of the limb pocket. If you take that lockdown screw, just give it about a half turn to loosen it, and then as you can see on the face of the limb pocket, there are 2 holes on the face. You just take your Allen key, same Allen key, go into that limb pocket, give it a turn clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on which way you need to tune through paper, and then lock that top lockdown screw back in. Just a quick half turn, and you're right back in place. You're getting that tune out of that pocket exactly how you need it without having to manipulate the cam or the axle of the cam. There is no manipulation whatsoever to the engine per se. And by doing that, you keep intact all of the robust integrity that Hoyt is known for. This thing is a bulletproof bow. Like, that's what Hoyt's known for. That's what I love Hoyt for. I've never had a bow fail me in the field. It really does show to me that the engineers are going above and beyond to make something that's gonna work, that you're not gonna have to fiddle with all the time. This bow is going to lock into tune, not come untuned. It's just a well thought out system, just a great system in general. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the XTS system on this bow. There's a whole breakdown chart of all the things you can do with this tuning system. It really is incredible. And it might seem like a lot on video, but when you're holding the bow in your hand with a single Allen wrench and realize just how easy it is to make the adjustments on this thing, it's mind blowing how easy it is. On the top of the limb pocket, there are hash marks with that lockdown block with an arrow pointing to the hash marks. So no matter what, wherever you're at on your tune, you can just look at the top of your limb, line that arrow up with the hash mark, and know exactly where you're at. Once you get your tune all figured out, lock those things back in and you're good to go. Again, this thing's just a very well thought out, incredible system, robust. Strength is everything to Hoyt, and I'm glad that it is because they build incredibly stout bows. Looking at the color profile of this bow, I went with a pairing of Realtree APX camouflage limbs and then Hoyt's new solid color, which is Sandstorm. So the riser is all Sandstorm, and then my strings and cables are all white with black serving. Just an awesome look to the bow. It's a very like neutral earth tone look to it. So a lot of the accessories on the market are gonna match this bow. Very good looking color. I feel like it's similar to buckskin, but gonna match a lot more with your everyday earth tone colors. So it's just an awesome look for this riser, and the limbs, obviously the Realtree APX. I'm a huge Realtree guy, so love that combination. Altogether, just a sweet looking bow. As for the specs on this bow, it is a 33-inch axle to axle, so I will likely be using this bow a lot for 3D archery, like total archery challenges, much like my AX2 was set up with 60, 70-pound limbs. I went ahead and did that with this bow as well. For a 3D archery setup, 60, 70-pound limbs were absolutely perfect. Running a lighter arrow, I maxed them out to 70 pounds, and it just was a great combination, and I shot it incredibly well. So for this bow, I'm probably going to be setting it up in a very similar manner. Outside of 3D archery, the 70-pound limbs pack plenty of punch for any Western big game as well as Midwest whitetail. So this bow in particular, 60, 70-pound limbs, 33-inch axle to axle. It should be incredibly forgiving and a great dual purpose bow, both for 3D and hunting. On the front of the riser, you can see we have the notched Picatinny mount, as well as on the back, we have the integrate rest system. That is transferring over from the entire AX line. Just a great inline system, keeps everything right down the pipe. Obviously, the bow itself, again, is 33 inches axle to axle, so a longer riser over last year's 32. I feel like a 33-inch bow is the perfect platform all around for forgiveness, as well as stability, shootability. It's just a great platform. I love a 33-inch bow. I'm so glad that Hoyt has produced one for 26. And like I said, I'm excited to get this thing set up. All right, that's it. We've got this thing built and tuned to perfection. The Hoyt Alpha AX-3 33 Sandstorm riser, Realtree APX limbs. I went ahead and put my HHA Nitrix Pro sight on it. We've got a 12-inch bar in the lower mounting position and an 8-inch bar for the back bar with the Hoyt side bracket mount. And we're shooting with a Hoyt Ultra Rest Integrate MX2 micro adjust drop away rest. Altogether a super clean setup. I was able to push 73 pounds out of this bow. I'm a 27-inch draw and I'm shooting 80% let off. So I'm super excited to take this thing into the field this fall, which is coming up very shortly. But again, if you are watching this video, this is the launch of the all-new lineup from Hoyt. This is the Alpha AX-3 33. Be sure and check out all the rest of the bows from the Hoyt lineup of 2026.
Imagine a tuning system that can work for both horizontal and vertical paired while paper tuning. It can work for bare shaft tuning, for broadhead tuning, and even has the ability to adjust the speed of your bow to zero in your sight tapes. And now, imagine that doing all of that is so easy that even your brother-in-law can do it. For 2026, the RX-10 and the Alpha AX-3 bows come equipped with a patent-pending XTS tuning system. Our engineers had some goals in mind when developing the XTS tuning system. First, they wanted it to be fast and easy. Next, they wanted it to be a complete tuning system that could do way more than get rid of a left hair. And finally, they didn't want the tuning system to change the point of impact, meaning you don't have to change your sight every time you make a tuning change. Other tuning systems shift cams, limbs, or pockets, which changes the point of impact, but the XTS tuning system does not. This is the easiest, most complete, and most precise tuning system available. The XTS system is not the only feature that makes our bows easy to shoot. Our engineers have been focusing on the shot experience for years, and our Carbon RX-10 and Alpha AX-3 series bows are our most customizable and easiest bows to shoot that we've ever made. Both bows feature our most adjustable and customizable cam ever. The HPX Gen 4 cam has 1/4-inch draw length adjustments to get you dialed to your exact draw length. It also feels an adjustable let-off position of 75, 80, and 85% let-off options, as well as 2 options for your back wall. One being extra hard, which is perfect for pulling through your shot super strong. The other offering a little more valley for more relaxed hold at full draw while still having a solid wall. No matter which setting you go with on your cam setup, your bow is going to draw back so smooth, you'll wonder if it's really the right draw weight. With the HPX Gen 4 cam, 70 feels like 60. In addition to the Gen 4 cam, we also have a short draw cam and the all-new Gen 4 long draw cam, which means you can get an RX-10 or an AX-3 anywhere from 23 inches of draw length all the way to 33 inches of draw length. The RX-10 is available in a 30-inch axle-to-axle and a 33-inch ultra model, as well as a short draw and long draw model. The AX-3 is available in a compact 29-inch axle-to-axle and a 33-inch axle-to-axle, and like the RX-10, is also available in a short draw and a long draw option. We have a premier bow for dang near everyone. Additionally, we have more color options available than we've ever had, including the new Georgia Clay and Sandstorm Solids, and new blackout limbs with graphics to match each solid riser color. If you shot an RX-9 or an AX-2 series bow last year, you'll notice how well those bows hold and aim at full draw. The RX-10 and AX-3 do the same thing. Our engineers developed this phenomenon while designing the Concept X target bows and quickly implemented it into our hunting bows. Through geometry shifts to achieve better bow alignment from brace to full draw, the bow is more stable and torque resistant. In fact, it's 38% more torque resistant than the RX-8 and Alpha X. This increases its natural point of aim and keeps you parked on target better than ever, especially when shooting at steep angles or under the pressure of a high adrenaline shot. A few years ago, we offered the first bow in the industry with a front-mounted sight. By using a pick rail system, we've moved the sight in line with the bow for better weight distribution and bow balance. It's a critical part of our inline accessory system, which makes your fully rigged out bow lighter, better balanced, and quieter to shoot. The arrow rest uses the integrate mounting system, which moves the rest behind the bow, and our lower stabilizer mounting location is farther forward, which is a more effective position by lowering the center of gravity. Also, the quiver can now get closer to the bow, keeping everything in line with the riser for better bow balance and a better aiming experience. Our Go Sticks have become a staple on the range and in the field for every bow hunter. We changed the way we think about accessories and made the bow better and easier to shoot. The 2026 RX-10 and AX-3 lineup is our most complete premier bow lineup ever. And with the all-new XTS tuning system, the tried and true HPX Gen 4 cam, the inline accessory system, and torque-resistant geometry, this is what easy truly looks like. Build yours at Hoyt.com and see them today at your local Hoyt dealer.